Hello wonderful viewers, welcome to another super duper exciting edition of Treptalk. I am your host, Ara Nimi. We're here as always to inform, to inspire, to educate and promote the large community of entrepreneurs, business owners, change leaders in diverse sectors and across Africa. Now let me begin with this. You know, music is a part of every human society, past and present, and it is common to all human cultures across the globe. Also, music is the universal language of mankind, and there are people who are proficient in this business of doing music, and such is our guest today, Omo. The person we're meeting today, she's sabi. When it comes to the business of music, she knows well. Let me introduce to you an alternative artist and songwriter from Edo State, Nigeria. She has graced various stages and platforms with stars like Sinach, Frank Edwards, Eben, Jadel, Johnny Drill, and Joe Praise, to mention a few. Join me as we welcome Sister Wisdom Toyin Adeoye, popularly known as Sister Wisdom. Hello, Sister Wisdom. Welcome to Treptalk.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I can remember the first time I had an interview with Trep, and I think that was in 2017, 2018. And it's so good to be back. Trep has grown, Sister Wisdom has grown.
Apparently.
So it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so good to finally meet the amazing Sister Wisdom.
Same here, so good to finally meet you.
I heard your voice and it blew my mind away.
Wow. Please.
Your voice is
Don't,
heavenly.
You're flattering me too much. please.
Anyways, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Trep Africa. Imagine more. Sister Wisdom is an alternative artist and songwriter.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
The word alternative in terms of music is just different. There are genres you can just outrightly say, okay, this is it. But for alternative, there's like some spice into it. I'm predominantly soul. When it comes to, if you listen to most of my songs, predominantly soul, but with a spice of different stuff here and there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it.
Let's talk about your journey.
Okay.
How did it all begin for you? Tell us your startup story.
I've always wanted to do music. I love music. I think I come from a musical family. So it was just natural for me to tilt.
So who was doing music, daddy, mommy?
My dad loves music, and my mom, she sings.
Oh, wow.
You know, and from my mom's side, I think literally everybody sings. So I've always had a passion for music, and I'd always known I was going to do music. So I don't think, I can't really say there was a magical moment or a mysterious knowing that, oh, I wanted to do it. I just knew it within me. So even when I was in secondary school, I loved music a lot. So when I went to university, I was like, okay, I was just going there to get a degree, but within me, I knew that I was going to do music.
So you mentioned earlier that you have your first degree in computer and information science. So
yes.
How did you, what happened? How did you switch from computer and information science to singing? What changed? What happened?
I feel that, like I said earlier, I'd always known I was going to do music.
Okay.
You know, I journeyed into music years after I finished university. Unlike some people that they've been in music since like when they were in secondary school, they knew the workings of a studio. I got to know the workings of a studio by the time I was done with my university, done with my NYSC.
Wow.
You know, so I just think I'd always known it, so it's not like there was a switch.
Basically,
Yeah.
I just want to know that Sister Wisdom brand. When I hear Sister Wisdom, what should I think?
When you hear Sister Wisdom, you should think a different gospel artist.
Different.
Yeah, different, not your regular gospel artist. Yes. So I think my sound sounds different. You know, I think I've heard a lot of people and they're wondering, are you serious? Oh, this is a gospel song. They don't expect a gospel song to sound like that. Yeah, and that was like my drawback at the initial stage, because I was coming from a place, certain things happen in my life, and I did not want to do gospel music. I did not want to do gospel music at all. Not like I was going to sing anything bad. I still was a Christian and I still fellowshiped with God. But I didn't want to do gospel music because I didn't like the way it sounded. Like, I didn't like some sound. I just felt like, oh, it's just there, And at a point in my life, God had to take me through certain things. I did not know that I was hurt. I did not know about certain things in my life. That's when things happen in your life, you don't know how it affects you unconsciously. So you see yourself reacting to things and you don't know that you are reacting unconsciously. Like certain things have happened and it has registered in a part of your memory.
Yes, actually.
And in the long run, God has to talk to me. Why can't you use this genre to talk about me? And I'm like, okay, be the difference you want to see. Oh, you don't like the way gospel music, all of it sounds. It sounds nice, but everybody doesn't have to sound the same way. We don't have to all sound the same way or sing the same way. Why not bring in that difference?
What's that genre that you do?
I call it alternative.
Alternative.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm an alternative gospel singer.
Okay. So Sister Wisdom.
Yeah.
According to your profile, you've been doing music professionally for more than a year now.
Yeah.
And your first ever event was at the International Music Concert at the Love World Convocation Arena, where you graced the stages and platforms with stars like Sinach, Frank Edwards, Eben Jedel, Johnny Drew, Joe Praise. What would you say has brought you to this point that you are singing with top gospel singers?
It's God. Really.
Never forget the G factor.
I'm telling you, he's the only factor. Because starting off my journey in music, for me doing gospel, I think my husband played a major part.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he played a major part. And that's why you must be in line with God's purpose for your life. He will also put people in your path to help you. Before I met my husband, I wasn't doing gospel. Not like I said before, not like I was singing vulgar songs, but I just wanted to sing love songs. I wanted to sing about the country, which I can still do, doesn't stop me from doing that. But I didn't want to be termed a gospel artist. Until my husband came along, and like I said, in your journey, it unfolds. It's not like you have an idea, oh, this is exactly what's going to be, but you trusting God, it will unfold. Me meeting my husband, me being in the church that I'm in, me being in places at certain points, at certain times. God can make you be at the right place at the right time. That determines certain events that happen in people's lives. So the first stage I graced was the Derizo concert, and that was hosted by my church, my local church. At that point, I even requested for I had recorded 2 songs with my producer, and I requested for the songs. I was actually looking forward to getting a particular song from him, but he sent me another song. And I was wondering, why this? Where's the other one? And he was like, oh, it's not ready. Oh. And everybody was gushing about this particular one, and that's beautiful. That was my debut single. That's beautiful. And everybody was gushing about it, and I was wondering, why is everybody gushing about it? What are the odds that that particular song was the one available at that time, and the other one wasn't available? And my pastor was like, you have to be on that stage. And that was my first concerts. That was my first performance ever. I'd never been on any stage. And the first performance, Sinach was there, Joe Praise was there, Frank Edward was there. I just feel like you being in line with God's purpose for your life, He'll lead you. I know humans like to toil, they like to hustle. So if they don't feel like they're putting effort, they feel like they're doing nothing. So the idea of just trusting someone you can't see might be an issue for them. But that's where your relationship with God comes in, where you learn to trust Him and He'll just direct your path. And that's it.
But really, I'd like to know where you draw your inspiration from.
When you have a gift or you have a talent, it just comes to you naturally. For you, presenting comes to you naturally. You just can face the camera and it just flows. Unlike some people that they will have to put in more energy to be able to communicate or be comfortable in front of a camera. When you have a gift or you have a talent, it comes to you naturally. So it's not like, you have to put in so much effort. You have to refine it, but you won't put in as much effort as someone who's just learning from the scratch, has no talent, no gifting towards a particular area. So me as a singer, as a songwriter, it just comes to me naturally. Anything can inspire you.
Okay, so like Sister Wisdom said, anything can inspire you. And if there's one thing that I've held on to so far, she said you have to know the pattern that works for you. And with that, we'll go on a break. And when we come back, we'll get into the conversation. Trep Africa. Imagine more. Welcome back, everyone. We've been having a nice time with Sister Wisdom. Anyways, let me quickly put this in. Don't forget you can connect with us on our social media platform on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Trep Africa. Let's get back into the conversation with Sister Wisdom. Sister Wisdom.
Hey.
Yes, so before we went on a break, we were talking about where you draw your inspiration from, and also, I want to ask you this next question. There are so many gospel singers in line of some of whom you've even shared the stages and the platforms with that stood out quite well and are trailing the blaze in this line of business. What would you say stands you out from them? Now, I don't want you to see this as a form of comparison, or I just want to know, what is that thing, that unique thing about you?
Number one, I would say is my voice. I have a different voice.
By hearing, even without you singing, there's this melody in her voice.
Oh my.
She's still going to sing for us.
You flatter me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The difference also will be in my relationship with God, because that informs my lyrics. That informs the way I view life and my perspective on things. So I think those are the two major things that makes me stand out from every other person.
And the fact that you are an alternative singer. Okay, so let's talk. Your lyrics are really strong, I must commend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk about your 2019 hit song, So Amazing, where you featured Cobham's Asuko. And I understand that the song was used for a major campaign by Keystone Bank, which was featured on CNN, Ebony Live TV, and the likes. Those are big platforms, really, So, how did that make you feel, and how has it influenced your work afterwards?
Okay, I felt so excited, just like I would compare it to like an artist who's having an exhibition after months or years of putting together your work, his paintings or his drawings, and people are trooping in to critic or admire his work. That's where I feel when I put out music.
Okay, so speaking of how it has influenced your works afterwards, I understand you're dropping a new album next month.
Yeah, so it's actually an EP.
What should we expect?
Oh my god.
Fire.
This is like a major body of work I'm putting out after getting married and having a baby. So I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of this body of work. You need to listen to it, because this is so, I won't say so different, but this is a side of me that I think people have not really seen. And it's actually called The Blooming Branch, by the way. The Blooming Branch EP.
So far, how's the journey been? Is it encouraging? How's it been?
It's been encouraging. Like, I won't be here if it's not encouraging. I won't be this hyped and excited if it's not encouraging. Yes, it's being sacrificial, but when you're in line with your purpose, you will always be excited about everything. You'll be excited about the sacrifices you made, the results. Although, yes, I have my days where I feel like, am I sure I'm supposed to be doing this? You know, just like any startup business, you know, not like I'm likening whatever I do like a business, but just like anything you start up, there will be the days where you would question your conviction. You will question if this is really what you want to do, because you have ideas in your head, you have imaginations, and it might not come out the way you have imagined. But that's why it has to be something you're passionate about.
So I understand you said that it's basically a journey of discovery.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the challenges that you faced along the way. What are the failures and what are the lessons that you have learned so far?
This journey. My journey, like the start was like a jump start, you know, and then sometimes when I get on stage and I sing off, like I don't sound the way I expect to sound, and you're singing off. Oh my God! Like after such performances or ministration, my God, oh, it used to get to me a lot.
I know how that feels.
Like I feel like my day, I used to feel so
and
down.
Actually, I told you I was in the choir, and then along the way, I just felt like this is not my choir.
It happens. I think what actually causes it for me, I had to know what the cause was. So it's not like I was just singing off key because of my voice. It was because I was nervous. I used to have serious stage fright. I remember there was this I think it was a mini concert, and it was the Holy Holla concert. Maybe some people will feel like I was singing off, but I knew I was singing off, and then I was trying to compensate for my nervousness, and as I was trying to, I was shouting.
It can be so embarrassing. Off key, off beat. What is worse? Off key, off beat.
Everything
is actually terrible.
I was so, and I after the show, Lord, I wasn't myself. My husband was trying to motivate me, encourage me. I think another thing that helped me too was constant singing. When you do something constantly, you now get used to it, okay? And then you now have your own process as an artist, knowing how to deal with stage fright, okay? And it took God to help me through that. I think He created more opportunities for me to sing. That was a major for me, stage fright.
So you know what? I want you to sing for us now. Let's get it in.
Now you put me on the spot.
Don't you guys want to hear Sister Wisdom sing? Yes, we want to hear her sing. Let's go.
And I don't want to be somebody else. Lord, I just want to be what you called me to be. And I don't want to live another's life. Lord, I just want to be what you've called me to be. Listen. You are beautifully, wonderfully made, beautifully, wonderfully made, beautifully, wonderfully made, beautifully.
You don't finish.
You don't finish. You're expecting me to have a concert here, really?
Like seriously, I think I had goosebumps. So wisdom. That was super amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so you talked about your album. I mean, that's going to be hot too. That means something really hot is coming.
Yeah, it is. And this EP is so special to me. Very, very special to me because it was born from a place of fellowship with God. And one of the songs that really speaks to me a lot is titled Don't Let Go. And that came from a point where a lot of people sometimes feel they let God down. You know, you feel like, oh, you've done something and God is disappointed. And because you feel he's disappointed, you just draw back. You don't feel you need to pray or you need to fellowship with God. You think God is angry. And that song I think God just spoke to me with that song, and it's called Don't Let Go. And the lyrics is like, he will never let you go. No matter what, like he will never, no matter what.
That's right.
His love is constant. His love never changes. Each song has a story behind it. There's Count on Me. There is Only You. I'm telling you, need to listen to it. You need to listen to it.
From the way I see things, it's gonna be super hot.
Yeah. And there's many more to come. There's actually the deluxe version is going to come after the EP, and from there's going to be a volume 2. So I came ready.
I really can't wait for this extended.
I came ready.
Let
me give you a sneak peek. Let me give you a sneak peek. And this one is titled Count on Me. And I'm just going to sing the chorus. Count on me, no time. Count on me, no struggle. Count on me every step of the way. I'll be holding your hands, I'll be guarding your lane. Count on me, no time. Count on me, no struggle. Count on me every step of the way. I'll be holding your hands, I'll be guarding your lane. This is too much expo. Just take that.
I want one more expo. I would have loved.
Really, you want me to do the full EP here?
Okay. So this is not a stage actually.
You know.
So you guys just wait for her to release the album.
Yeah.
So what is that lesson that you think is most important for a startup, and why and what has helped you with it? What's that lesson that you think is most important for any startup, anybody just starting?
I feel like knowing yourself is very, very, very important.
It's actually important, really.
Knowing yourself.
For anything you're doing in life, you really need to know yourself.
You need to know yourself. But I tell you, life can be so much easier with God.
Wait, so you didn't even talk about when your EP will be dropping.
Yeah, it's dropping in October.
That's next month.
Yes, next month. Yeah. So keep your fingers crossed.
Keep your fingers crossed. Alright, so let me move on to the next question. How do you give back to the society? Do you have any form of corporate social responsibility?
Personally, I feel that if everybody is a blessing to people around them, then we can reach the world. So in my own little way, I have a lot of young people around me which I inspire. They come, like I'm the co-owner of Idea Hub. It's actually I and my husband.
What do you do?
It's like a media firm. We do photo shoots, we do adverts, we're into IT, websites, apps, app development and all that. So in our own little way, there are a lot of young people around us that have found their home here, you know. And it's not about the salary, it's about you also discovering yourself. So aside, giving them opportunities to work, they're also improved in their character, they're also improved in their spiritual life. Yeah. So it's not just about fending for yourself, it's also discovering who you are as a person. You know? And it just has a ripple effect, because if you're helping one person, he will also help people that are around him.
So now let's get to the part that really interests me, and we're going to the fun part.
Oh Lord!
Okay, let's do some fun things, you know. So the first thing is, tell us fun fact about your sister Wisdom.
Oh.
Away from singing.
Away from singing.
Yes.
Oh. I like to talk to myself in front of the mirror.
I do that too.
Oh, you do that too?
I do.
So I'm not the only one. Yeah.
I do that.
So yeah, I act dramas in my head. Like I create scenarios and how I respond. You know. So yeah, I've like shot a full movie. If I could shoot a full movie, like the movies I'll have out now,
So the next question I'll be asking you in 30 seconds.
Lord.
Tell me 5 male hairstyles.
Male hairstyles.
Yes, we just want to know that it's not only song.
I got no idea of any
5 male hairstyles.
Punk.
1.
Galax.
2.
Afro.
3. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
All back. People weave their hair now. Guys weave their hair. Patewa.
Please. Oh no, Sister Wisdom. I'm going to give you a 6/10, but because you said patewa and all back.
But there are guys that weave their hair now.
And the guys that weave their hair. Please, Sister Wisdom, let's just move on. Let's move on to the final question.
Yeah.
But if you had one piece of advice for young people, for anyone just starting out, what would it be?
I'm sure you can already guess. Know God. Knowing God is knowing yourself.
All right, let's have your final words on the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like a whole lot. You've done like a whole lot
Thank
today.
you
I'm
so much.
Amazed and impressed. So let's just have your final words.
Oh yeah, my final words. There are a lot of young people going through a lot of stuff, especially in this part of the world. There are people that are depressed. There are people that they are confused, and the only way is Jesus Christ. I'm telling
The
you.
only way is Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you. I know it sounds cliche, or you might not have heard it before, or it might sound religious to you, but try him out, and you see a lot of questions in your life that will be answered.
All right, we leave it on this note. Thank you so much for inspiring us, for motivating us. Thank you so much for joining us today on Treptalk. It's nice to have you, Sister
Thank you
Wisdom.
so much. I had so much fun. You're so amazing at what you do. Thank you so much. I felt so comfortable. Like,
oh my
we
gosh.
could go on and on and on and on.
Honestly, I actually didn't feel like stopping, but then time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Trep Africa. Let me say that again. Sorry. So yeah, thank you so much, Trep Africa, for having me. It's so good to be part of the family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Trep Africa has a magazine.
Yay! Like, you guys are always on point. It's always sleek. It's always handy. I remember the first time I got a hold of Trep Africa magazine, my first copy, and it was sleek. And it's so good to know that the quality and standard is still the same, and it's actually getting better. I got my copy. I can't wait to go read it. Alright. Yay, thank you.
It's been a wonderful moment today with Sister Wisdom. I know you've learned a lot. Yes, of course, I learned a lot. Don't forget the G factor always. Yes, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Don't forget you can connect with us on our social media platform on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Trep Africa, or visit trepafrica.com/Treptalk to get featured for partnership and for sponsorship. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Aranimi. Keep trapping and imagine more.
It's so amazing, yeah. Oh, there's a bright light in you. Just let your light shine through.
Trep Africa. Imagine more.